After seeing the boogeyman, meaning Shericka Jackson of the United States, run 10.71 in the final of the USA National Championships, many Jamaicans have been worried about the performance of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka Jackson. Look, they're back, and they may be better than ever. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. First up, I have to tell you that because this event, the streaming of the event is the exclusive rights of TVJ, I cannot show you any of the footage from the actual event. I want to get that very, very clear. They'll strike my channel. I could lose my channel. I can't do it. But you don't need to see the actual race because many of you have probably already seen it, and we just need to talk about what's really important. First up, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka Jackson are back. Now, I'm not going to say in the heat that they were back at their best, but they're definitely, absolutely, unequivocally back. I'm going to break it down and tell you why. First up, also, no surprise here, Sasha D. Forbes enters with the third fastest time. We weren't so surprised about that. And Natasha Morrison delivers the fourth fastest time going into the semi-finals. There were some other very pleasant surprises, but we'll talk about that in another video. Sasha D. Forbes, as I said, looked pretty good. Natasha Morrison, perennial, always delivers. Tia Clayton, I thought, looked really good. And this young lady, Crystal, slowly did what we anticipated. Now, after seeing the boogeyman, because many Jamaicans seemingly panicked when they saw this young lady run 10.71, and I concede she was very impressive in this race, meaning Shericka Jackson of the United States, the current world champion. Many Jamaicans absolutely panicked. I mean, they freaked out, and I kept saying, stop panicking, wait until the national trials. If you don't see what you want to see, then you should panic. Okay, given the races that we just saw, you don't need to panic because our girls are back.
There are big time, big stage performers, and Shericka Jackson is one of those. Final of the women's 100. Here it is. Let's see what's going to happen. It wasn't the best start from Shericka Jackson. Tomorrow day, what's going to happen now? Now Shericka starts to wind up, but she goes past Jefferson. Shericka Jackson, 10.70.
When Jamaicans saw Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce open with her first 100 meters running 11.15 with her knee and her thigh strapped up, many Jamaicans panicked. And to be very honest with you, I myself was a little concerned. Not about her run. I thought she looked fine in that run. I keep telling you that. She wasn't stressed. She did what Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce does. She wasn't pushing herself. She just wanted to see what her legs were like. I was concerned because she was strapped up. First up, really first, great news. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was not strapped up. No. She looked fine. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce delivered the fastest qualifying time into the semifinals, a time of 10.98, and looked really easy. She looked like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce going through the rounds like she normally does, and I am not in the least bit concerned about her. As I said, for me, the most important thing is that I didn't see any straps on her knees, her thighs. She looked fine. She did what one anticipated. Now, Shericka Jackson. Having opened her season running 100 meter and running 11.03, again, strangely, many Jamaicans absolutely panicked. I mean, panicked. Well, running her second 100 meter for the entire season so far, she managed to look quite easy running 10.99. Now, this was her running that 11.03 that many of you totally freaked out about.
The season opener we've been waiting for. Shericka Jackson off to a fine start. Tina Clayton also traveling well. Shericka Jackson the outside. Tina Clayton the top two. 11.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. One of the difficulties that I have always had is, I'm a numbers person. It's not a difficulty. I love numbers. I like to crunch numbers. But also, I'm very passionate about track and field and about my athletes. I like athletes in general. I think you know that I have many favorites. Akira Nugent said I seem to have a favorite. Almost every athlete is a favorite. But let's get back to the point. Now, I kept saying to many of you repeatedly who come here often, and if this is your first time here, welcome to Peter Lloyd's world. This is a family. Be relaxed and comfortable. That you should only worry if you see terrible performances at the national trials. And the truth of the matter is, the 11.15 we saw from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and the 11.03 that we saw in their one and only up until that point 100 meters for an entire 10 months, the whole year, was no reason to panic. I had stated previously that I was only concerned about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce because I saw her knee strapped up. Many of you said you thought she struggled in that 100 meters, and I don't know what race you were watching. She didn't. She looked smooth. She took her time getting out of the blocks. She wasn't bullet start like she normally is, and she just did what she needed to do to win. It was almost like a practice run. She looked quite easy. I'm going to say it again. My only concern was her knee was strapped up. That concerned me. And that may have been just a preventative measure. Remember, she's 37 years of age and she had knee issues last year going into Budapest. And it might be one of the reasons why we didn't see her run all season. But having seen her run this 10.98, she just looked like vintage Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She looked fine. Didn't do more than she needed to do. She's going through the rounds. She knows the process. Plus, she's 37 years of age and you don't want her to push unnecessarily. She looked good. And for me, I'm going to say it for the final time for tonight, I didn't see any straps on her. Nothing on her knee, nothing on her thighs, and that was great. And that 9.98 I thought was very impressive. And it's what you should run at this stage at 37 years of age. I saw vintage Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She ran, but it was controlled, measured. She did what she needed to do. She looked incredible. Now, to speak about the other young lady, Shericka Jackson. First up, opening your season with 11.03 is what most top-tier, top 10 female athletes in the world over the 100 meters pray that they can do. 11.03 is a heck of a time. And we've since seen reports from Siva Francis, the main coach and one of the founding partners of MVP Track Club, that said she has improved her 200 meters far more than she has improved her 100 meters. And at the end of her 100 meters tonight, I saw her tapping her head, meaning Shericka Jackson. And that seemed to imply to me, she was saying, Shericka, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right, because she seemed to be that kind of personality. So I'm not saying she's back 100%, but 10.99, she looked really good, and I think she's going to improve throughout the rounds. I think she's going to be a factor. Somehow we all forgot that her personal best is 10.65. I have no idea how we could have forgotten that, because that's a pretty terrifyingly fast time. And yes, I understand the boogeyman, meaning Sha'Carri Richardson and Miss Queen Richardson. We really like you. We think you're an amazing young lady. So when I call you the boogeyman, it's not meant in a disparaging way. But 10.71, she looked great. She looked great running through the rounds. In fact, I was very impressed with the fact that she almost fell over herself in the heats and ran 10.88. She looked good. What I saw tonight from Shericka Jackson is an athlete getting back into her prime. She has almost 5 weeks to do so. I think by the end of this meet, meaning the Jamaica National Championship 2024, we're going to see her run something a lot more impressive than 10.99. And like I said, that tap on the head to me said, Shericka, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and you can do better. So I'm not saying that they're back and at their best. None of them are. But they're going in the right direction, and the times are impressive. Looked good. They weren't pushing. They just looked fine. They're getting their legs on them. And I'm going to underline this. This is the second 100 meters they've both run, and they've both improved their times dramatically. Shelly from 11.15 to 10.98, and Shericka from 11.03 to 10.99. And they both clearly had a whole lot more in the tank. So are they back? Yes. Are they going to be better? I suspect they are. Because I'm going to say this. I don't think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going to knowing that this is her last Olympic Games, her sole focus is to win a medal. And I don't think she's trying to get a bronze or a silver. And I'm pretty sure Shericka Jackson is going to be back in full form. So this is going to be interesting. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, hit the like button. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!